motion under gravity. So 1D, what are the key points which we should remember? Number 1 point. Vertical velocity at highest point equals 0. Do you agree with this?
Yes,
When the
sir.
particle goes up
Yes, sir.
at the highest
Yes,
point,
sir.
it reverses the direction. And I have told you, whenever the particle reverses the direction, then velocity should momentarily become 0. So it is equal to 0 momentarily. Acceleration is always equal to
Always
g in
minus G,
vertically
sir.
downward direction. G in vertically downward direction. Usually I will take it as minus j cap if I assume upward as j cap. But if somebody is taking a different convention, he may be taking downward as j cap, then he will take it as plus g j cap. Okay. But I will prefer to
Sir,
take
that
it as
will be
minus.
mentioned in the question, or we have to take that, sir?
It is our choice. They will not ask what acceleration. They will just say where it is going. It is going down or it is going up. So we can find out the answers for such questions without having to worry what convention we are taking. Okay. Even at highest point. And also during downward journey. I'm mentioning it, and despite mentioning, I know you will commit these mistakes again. So I'm warning you, please don't, if possible, don't do those mistakes. Acceleration will always be equal to what? Acceleration will always be equal to minus g.
Minus G.
Acceleration will always be minus g, whether we are at the highest point or whether we are going downward journey or whether we are going upward journey. Okay. Or let me write it in another way. I really don't want you to commit any mistake in this. Some of you will find it unnecessary, but I know it causes a lot of pain if there are students who are committing mistakes again and again. So I'm writing it in another way again. Be it upward journey or highest point of journey or downward journey or particle projected at an angle, whatever the case may be, as long as body remains in air, acceleration of the body is always equal to g in vertically downward direction. So although I said it again and again in many ways, but remember one thing, this thing, or not this, better will be this, because the other thing can change. G will always be in vertically downward direction. Now, if I say I want to take vertically downward direction as k cap, then G will become along g k cap. If I take vertical downward direction as I cap, then it will become g I cap, but it will be vertically downwards only. So therefore, this will always be valid. This is by usual convention. What is our usual convention? Usual convention is we take y-axis as vertically upward axis. Vertically upward. That we take by usual convention as positive y. Okay. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are there with me. I have to check sometimes. I feel maybe I have lost the connection. So right, so vertical velocity at highest point is 0. One important point to be remembered. Let us write it down in short form. Vy is equal to 0. Short form. This highlighted point is short form. Means if somebody wants to revise it, then you have to just revise this and this line, this point and this point. The remaining is just in wording we have written. It is same thing only. Third point, very important point again. L1, L2. A, B, B dash, A dash. Projectile motion, or it is the body motion of a body thrown at an angle theta with horizontal. One more point I can mention before that, easy point, some easy points I can mention first. Point number 0 I can mention here. 0 is the easiest point, so I could have mentioned it before 1. Here drag is neglected unless specified. If somebody is giving me air drag, that the air drag is acting, then I will take it. Otherwise, I will normally neglect the air drag. I will assume there is no force due to air. If there is no
What
force
is
due
air
to air,
drag,
then
sir?
what is causing the force? Air force due to air.
Air resistance.
Force acting due to air. Air resistance.
Okay, okay.
If you
Sir,
don't
what we
understand
have to
air
do if
drag,
there is
maybe you
air
write it
drag,
as
sir?
air.
Is
That
there
they
any
will mention and we
separate?
will do the question accordingly.
Okay.
They will give us the formula for air drag. They will give us what
Okay,
is the
sir.
formula
Then
for
okay,
that.
sir.
What is it equal to?
MGM.
Then we can do. Mg will be, what is meaning of motion under gravity? If I'm holding a book block in my hand, is it under motion under gravity?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, no, no,
Yes,
no,
sir.
no, 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 not yes, no. If I'm holding a block in my hand, that is not motion under gravity. What is meaning of motion under gravity? That motion on which there is no other force other than gravitational force. Which motion is called as motion under gravity?
Motion without any other force. Motion
Only
with gravitation.
gravitational force, sir.
Only gravitational force. Motion with only gravitational force. Motion of body on which close to surface of earth. Motion of body close to the surface of earth on which only gravitational force is acting. Motion of body close to the surface of earth on which only gravitational force is acting. That is called as motion under gravity. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And no other force. Only means if I'm holding a book on by my hand, then other forces are also acting on it. Some other forces are also acting on it. By my hand can apply some forces. So no such force should act. Okay. Then only it can be regarded as motion under gravity. Otherwise not. Now, so what are the key points learned so far? I think only gravitational force. First, this is important. Only gravitational force. Close to surface for this chapter. We will do again in gravitation. At that time, we can find out when the rocket is very large distance away from the center of Earth. For those how to deal those problems, that will be treated in separate chapter, gravitational force. Okay. Motion that is different. But now we are dealing with which motion under gravity? Motion under gravity close to the surface of Earth. And only force is gravitational force. For this type of motion, what points are valid? These points mentioned below are valid. We normally neglect air resistance is neglected. Vy is 0 at highest point. At highest point. And acceleration is equal to g downward direction. If I throw a body at an angle theta with horizontal, what kind of path it will follow? We call this motion as projectile motion. And why we call it projectile, by the way? Because it is motion of, because it is motion of a projected body. Projected means that body which is thrown, that we call as projected body. It is motion followed by the projected body. We call it as projectile motion. And the motion will be a downward parabola shape. Always downward parabola shape. You try to throw it. If I don't throw it vertically up, if I throw it at some angle, which is acute angle, it will always be downward parabola shape. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Now, one thing here. If I take two lines, L1 and L2, then time taken to go from A to B will always be equal to time taken to go from B dash to A dash. L1 and L2 are some imaginary lines. Imaginary lines.
They are parallel, sir.
Parallel to each other. Parallel to each other. What I can prove from here, I can say that time taken to go from, I have to prove it, I have not yet proved. I'm just verbally, I'm telling you the time taken to go from A to B will always be equal to time taken to go from B to B dash to A dash. Its proof I may give you later on in projectile motion chapter. Right now I'm just giving what will happen in 2D, in 1D motion. In 1D motion, if I throw a body upwards and it returns back, in all the books they will draw such diagram, including me. The particle goes up and then returns like this. The particle never follows such a curvy linear path here above at the top. What it does, in fact, it just goes up
On the same path, sir.
and it returns to the
It
same path only.
retraces
You know
the
that or not?
same path, sir.
To the same. Yes, exactly. But why do we do this? Just to see it, tell that this is upward journey, this is upward journey, this is downward journey. Just to distinguish between those two parts of motion, we draw two different parts. I can draw this way also, this and then this. But it is never like this that it will go up and then it will turn and then it will come down. That will never happen. Okay. It will just go up and it will come down in the
Okay.
same path only, same line only. Now, in this also, if I draw two lines, L1 and L2, same thing will be valid, A to B. Now this point will not be even B dash. It will be same point only. Why? These are not two different points. You know, this is just single line, upward journey and downward journey. So I can say time taken from A to B will be equal to time taken from B to A. Is there any reason for that? Let me give you the reason now.
Velocities are equal, sir.
Yes, that's exactly right. You understood it right only. Now, again, I'm drawing two journeys, upward journey and downward journey. In upward journey, let us say at point A, this A point, this is A point. Let us say this velocity is VA. And in downward journey, it is V dash A. I can say VA square, V dash A square minus VA square is equal to 2 into A into S. What is the displacement from A to A? From same point to the same
Zero.
point.
0, sir.
0.
0.
Okay. Okay. Right. So we are getting 0 displacement, right? A to A displacement will be 0 only. Therefore, I can say V dash A during downward journey speed during downward journey will become equal to speed during upward journey. What was
Yes,
VA
sir.
and V dash? What was V and V dash here? VA was, V dash A was speed at A during downward journey, and VA is speed at A during upward journey. So we are, we can say that because displacement in this case will be 0 from A to A, displacement will be 0. Acceleration will be minus g. So our equation becomes this equation. So speeds are equal. Now one thing, by same logic, can I say similarly V dash B will be equal to VB or not? If I
Yes,
take
sir.
another point,
Yes, sir.
now comes the key, now comes the important point in our derivation. What I want to derive, I want to prove this. I have told you verbally. What I have told you verbally, I have told you
Distances
without
are
proof and
equal.
without any proof. I have told that TA to B is equal to TB to A. Okay, why? So why means this proof follows. After this, we are giving the proof here. Okay, after in the next point. So now we know that this is L1 line or L2 line. This is L1 line, and this is point A, and this is also A. This is B, and this is also B only. But this velocity is upward journey. We can say it is VA. This is in upward journey. We can call it as BB. In downward journey, it will be V dash B, but V dash B is equal to VB. And in downward journey, it is V dash A, but V dash A is equal to also VA, right? Also, displacement, distance between these two lines is same, S only. Then, do you know that I can say S, which is AB, AB is equal to average velocity V plus U by 2 into time T, which is equal to VA, VB plus VA divided by 2 into time from A to B.
What is that formula, sir?
Average speed into time is equal to displacement. Average velocity into time.
Okay.
Average velocity into time is equal to displacement or not?
Yes, sir.
This is one equation of motion. I have, when I have derived the equation of motion, how many equations of motion I have given you? Not just 3. I have given many. Do you
Yes, sir.
remember all those?
6 to 7, sir.
6 to 7, something like this. This is also one of those. One equation was this also, V plus U by 2, average velocity into time. These equations I told you
Yes,
at that
sir.
time, these are all valid for uniformly accelerated motion. This is also uniformly accelerated motion. We can apply these here safely. It will be very good if we apply these here, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
So what we are getting, A to B, this. What about B to A? B to A we can write now. VB dash plus VA dash divided by 2 into T from B to A. Now do one thing, divide 1 by 2. Equation 1 divided by equation 2. What do we get? T A to B divided by T B to A. And into VB plus VA multiplied by VB dash plus V dash A equals, here I am writing similarly.
Sir, is VA equals to VB, sir?
VA is not equal to VB. Who told you that? I have clearly mentioned VB dash is equal to VB and VA dash is equal to VA. Why are you saying VA is equal to VB really? When the particle is going up, how the speed will remain same? It is retarding or not?
As speed is different, we take an average velocity, no, sir.
Speed is different. We are taking average. Average velocity into time. One thing I want to ask you: when is this taught in earlier classes? In 10th class or 9th class?
Not this one, sir, but basics of equations of motions they are taught in 9th class.
When
sir.
9th class only, then you have done already face to face attended the classes also. I thought maybe if it is done in 10th class, some of you may not have attended the classes. Then these things means normally from my
Sir,
past
in
experience.
CBSE, just the basics are there, sir. Just the equations of 3 equations and questions based off that. That's it. No more than
No,
that.
that I understand. I don't know. I'm not expecting that there will be many more something, but like VB equal to VA, this will never be a doubt, no. Even if
Yes,
you have
sir,
attended
yes,
just
sir,
one
that-
class.
Yes, sir, yes. Sir.
I am not saying that it is you know everything. Obviously, you don't know. That's why I'm teaching also. Otherwise, why would I teach you? But VA equal to VB means why this doubt even arises? A is point here, B is above, and we are going up. So if I throw a stone upwards, don't you think its speed will decrease? Its speed will become less only as it is rising up.
Acceleration
Right.
in opposite direction.
Acceleration is in opposite direction. Means common experience also, forget acceleration. Those who don't even know the word acceleration also, even if you ask a person who has never read science in his life, if you say if I throw a stone upwards, he also knows that when the stone is going up, the speed will be decreasing. Okay, right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you are not able to visualize it, let me ask you a question here. This is a tower here. In this tower, there are many such floors, and in every floor there is a window, and there are some persons standing in every floor. Now you tell me one thing: if I throw a ball upwards here at very high speed, and I have thrown in such a way so that it will be able to reach up to this point here, because I want this to reach G, person G.
Yes, sir.
Then you tell me, when this is rising in such a way and this person is here, he is also looking from his balcony, let us say, will he be able to catch it easily? No, because this will be moving faster. While C will be trying to catch it, it will be moving very faster. He can catch, but his hand may get hurt if I have
G
thrown it
can
with a
catch
very large
also.
speed. He can catch, but his hand may get hurt if I'm throwing with a very large speed. But on the other hand, G will be able to catch it so easily, so smoothly, because it's when it reaches here, and G will be able to catch it very easily. If I have thrown with such a speed so that it can reach G. If I throw with such a speed so that it can reach F, then obviously G cannot catch. But if I have thrown with such a speed so that it can reach G, then for B and for C, for these people, it will be tough to catch. And for G, it will be easy to catch, because speed near B and near C, the speed will be high, but speed near G will be less,
Nearly zeros.
nearly zero only at the highest point. So this point the speed will be decreasing as we rise up. Okay, listen, one more thing. If acceleration is given as minus 10 meter per second square, what do you think about it? I think like this. I have told you before also. I think as if it is 10 meter per second change in every second, 10 meter per second. I take per second 2 times. Rather than saying per second square, I prefer to call acceleration as, I prefer to call this way. I say acceleration is minus 10 meter per second. This way I will prefer. Why? It is giving me idea that it is changing by 10 meter per second every second. I prefer to call it acceleration, not 10 meter per second square, but 10 meter per second every second. What does it tell us? Let us say I throw a body upwards with speed 20 meter per second. What will be its speed after 1 second? Reduced by 10. Its
10
speed
meter
after
per
1 second will be 10. What will be its speed after one more 1 second?
0, sir.
0.
Zero.
After one
Zero.
more second, after one more
Minus.
second, minus
It
10.
come down.
After one more second, minus 20.
Minus.
It reaches now.
So you notice that the speed is, velocity is
Changing.
continuously decreasing.
Change.
10 every time. 10 every time. At what time it will reach highest point? All these questions we can answer orally if we know this concept properly. Let me take another question now. For example, I am throwing a particle with 50 meter per second. What will be its speed after 1 second? 40.
40 meter per second.
After
40.
1 more second,
30 meter.
30.
30.
speed will be 30. Then
20.
20, and then 10,
10 meter
and then 0.
comes to rest.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In 5 seconds, it comes momentarily at rest. So because the speed was 50, in
Yes,
5
sir.
seconds, it became 0. And in the next 5 seconds, it will come down again, reach the ground. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. So come back to the same problem. I will take such example, I think, to clarify this point further. The speed will never be equal at V and A and B anyway. Now, what is this thing? This is equal to 1 or not? A to B and B to A, same distance, 1 only. So we are getting T from A to B upon T from B to A in the downward journey will be equal to VB dash plus VA dash divided by VB plus VA. If V dash B plus V dash A is less than VB plus VA, then what happens? Then T A to B will be less than T B to A. Right or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then it will become less. But it is not true. This is not less, actually, it is equal. I'm just giving the imaginary situation. I'm giving the situation where the
Air
speed
resistance.
is in upward journey is less. Why? Because of air resistance. I am giving the situation of air resistance. Although there is one problem with air resistance case. In air resistance cases, I cannot use this formula. This is valid only for uniformly accelerated motion.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, while I'm writing this, I'm just saying that approximate idea will be getting, but you cannot use this formula for air resistance cases. Okay. If the distance is very small between one A and B point, then we can use it also. Why? Because for a small time or for a small distance, we can always assume it as if acceleration remains nearly constant. Okay. Even if it is not a uniformly accelerated motion, over a very small range, I can assume it to be nearly constant acceleration. Understood or not? Okay.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes, sir.
So over a very small range, let us say it is a very small range and it is the resistance, air resistance is there. For air resistance, what happens? The speed in downward journey becomes less, upward journey was more. So time opposite happens to the time. Time for upward journey will be less and time for downward journey will be more. If I throw a body upwards and there is the air resistance, then A to the highest point, it will go faster, and highest to the lowest point, it will come slowly. Do you believe it or not?
Yes, sir.
It
Yes,
will rise
sir.
faster. It will rise faster, but it will come slowly. So the time for upward journey will be less and time for downward journey will be more. This question confuses many students. Why? Now you may think, yes, we are understanding, it is okay. But after some time, when this question will be asked, then you will not remember what story I have told you behind this. But they will ask this question: which time is more? Time for upward journey or time for downward journey? You will apply this logic. You will think during upward journey, it is difficult as because climbing up a hill stuff and coming down is easy.
Yes,
You will think
sir.
like that. So you will think at that time, definitely time for upward journey probably will be more and time for downward journey probably will be less. And that will be completely wrong reasoning. So don't
Yes,
apply
sir.
such
Wrong,
reasoning. Don't apply such reasoning that climbing hill is tough. So therefore upward journey will be tougher. So it will be taking more time. Not like that. In this case, upward journey will take less time and downward journey will take more time when air resistance is there. Okay. With air resistance, upward journey takes less time than downward journey. Downward journey. Let us call it point number 6. Although it is coming as a proof of point number 5 only, while we are still in that same point, but I will prefer to give it a separate because it is important and some students commit mistake here.
Sir, can you
Okay.
explain once again?
See the speeds here. Everything is explained here itself. Just see these two equations. These are clarifying what is happening in this case. When the speed in the downward journey will be less.
Sir, sixth point is only for that condition only, no, sir?
Speed in downward journey will be less, v dash v will be less than vb as compared to
Sir, now we have chemistry
Yes.
class.
speed in when up to what time it is the class is there, up to 15 only?
At 5:30 it will
Yes, sir.
start, sir.
5:15 only,
5:30.
sir.
Then okay, then I will end this. I will write this sentence and I will end this class. Let me write it and after that I will end it. Speed in downward journey will be less as compared to speed in upward journey when the body passes through.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir.
sir,
Sir,
if
in
air resistance is neglected, T1 is also T2, sir.
Yes. That was the
Okay,
main
sir.
point of discussion. That was the main point of discussion.
Sir,
But
sixth
finally I
point
thought,
is
yes,
for that condition only, no, sir.
sixth point is with air resistance. Condition is also mentioned here. Why are you worried about the condition? This is the condition itself.
Yes, sir.
Already
Thank you.
condition is also mentioned. I'm not saying that you have to first go through some other thing, then you have to then 6 is valid.
Sir.
6 is valid. The validity of 6 is written here. This is the validity with air resistance. Upward journey takes less time than the downward journey. Simple. Okay.
Sir, in upward journey and downward journey, ray resistance is acting only opposite to the motion only, no, sir.
Yes.
Then how we can decide which is less, which is greater?
Why we can't decide? We know during this is the reason how we can decide. Speed in downward journey will be less. Speed in downward journey will be
How,
less.
sir? How?
How? Because of the loss of energy. Energy will be lost. Kinetic energy will be lost.
Sir, in upward motion also losing, no, sir. Opposite.
Yes, it is lost in upward also and it is lost in downward also. That's what I'm saying. When it is lost, then when the body reaches at the same point, it was thrown off with 10 joules energy. If it reaches back at the same point, the energy will be 8 joules only. I'm not saying it is lost in downward journey. It may be lost in upward journey. It may have become 9 joule at the highest point. Then it may have become 8 joule again. But it is always decreasing in the process or not? Tell me,
Yes,
is it
sir.
always
It is
decreasing or not?
decreasing.
So when we reach at the same point when we are reaching, at that time it has only there is no change in potential energy, but kinetic energy is only changing. Potential energy is same if we are at the same level, but kinetic energy is now reduced. Kinetic energy will be reduced. Okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Once again, next one, sir.
When we come back to the same point, then the kinetic energy will be reduced. Kinetic energy in the downward journey will be less than the kinetic energy in the upward journey because of the loss of energy in the motion. Why there is a loss? Because of air resistance.
Resistance.
Okay. In reality, you will understand what I said just now. I am expecting that if you remember a little bit about kinetic energy and potential energy from earlier classes, then whatever I have stated will make sense to you. Otherwise, wait for work energy power chapter. At that time, you may ask me to discuss again. You will understand it properly. Okay. At that time, you will understand it even more properly,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So this is done. 6th is done. Right now, you can just remember it and you can just believe me if you're not understanding that much. Number 7. Number 7 is not 7. In this only I will write, if there is no air resistance, there is no air resistance, then V dash B will be equal to VB and V dash A will be equal to VA, and then time from A to B upon time from B to A will become equal to 1. Using which equation? Using the, let us name this equation something. Let us call it 5 because it is written in point number 5. Let us call it 6. And here I am writing using equation 5. Okay. Understood now?
Yes,
Why
sir.
why time is same in upward journey and in the downward journey. Let us end it now.